Good morning. This is Norma Cowie, and I thank you for showing up on my YouTube channel where I am talking about a Sunday thought. Today, I'm going to talk about the collective consciousness. I had the privilege yesterday of doing very short readings through Zoom for quite a number of people from not only BC where I live, excuse me, not only BC, but also some parts of Eastern Canada and the US. And I kept running into the same verbiage, question. I feel like I'm in a vacuum. I'm really not sure what's going on. I just need some direction here and there. The direction here and there is often what I usually get, so I'm familiar with that. But I got thinking at the end of the day, because I'm always in the moment when I'm reading for somebody. And I ended up talking a lot about the collective consciousness, not for every reading, but for quite a number of them. So what is the collective consciousness? Now, think of it this way. We know that in our houses or apartments, wherever we live, we have all sorts of airways running through. We have TV, we have Wi-Fi, we have cell phones. I remember in the 70s when microwaves came in, and I thought, oh, the Aquarian age is here now. The microwaves was sort of the first thing that came up with waves. And we are bombarded a lot by those waves, yes, and some people are very sensitive to them. But we forget, because people don't talk about it too much, that also our thoughts tend to gravitate to similar thoughts. Just think of that. Our thoughts are airwaves going out into the cosmos, you might say, to create your vibration. So the more people that have the same basic thoughts have the same buildup. So there's a lot of thinking going on, and especially with what's happening in our world right now with the lockdowns and the fear of the virus and many other things that are happening in people's lives, economics, work, never mind the stress it puts on relationships. So the collective consciousness can affect you. And that's what was happening that I was seeing with a number of my clients that I was working with, because it's like there's this underlining buzz or hum, and they're not really sure. They just feel like something is not quite right. What is that? And each time I had to kind of say, I first of all remind them of the collective consciousness and to really become aware of their thinking. I teach my students to create an observer to watch their thinking, so they always know what is their thoughts and what is somebody else's, because it's very easy to pick up someone else's thoughts. And when you've got such a lot of people thinking about fear and thinking about not knowing what's happening, and lots of different theories running around out there, is that they can infiltrate your own thinking process. And you need to be aware of those so that you can eliminate them. Now, I have a simple way in which I eliminate. And that's basically, first of all, being aware of my own goals, being aware of what I want in my life. And when my thinking shifts, I always check, is this mine or someone else's? But not everybody has that, you might say, attunement to be really clear on what's their thinking and what isn't. And what I do, if I find that there's a thought in there that I do not want to support, I literally freeze it in space and time. I evaporate it, and mentally, I just evaporate it, and then I replace it with what I want. And that's what I find very often. We are thinking other people's thoughts, just generally even, that has no relativity to what we are wanting in our lives or what we want to create in our lives. So I'm really suggesting today is that you begin to take a look as to how your thoughts are in relation to your life, because you do want to create happiness, you do want to create joy, you do want to create an ease for you. And even though I know these are tough times for many, many, many people, there's a way in which you can move through these times by being aware of your goals, by being aware of how you're feeling and what those feelings are and where they're being placed, and because that's what thoughts do. They generate feelings often. And it's a matter of really making sure that you're in the right place. So this Sunday, the thought is, What's the collective consciousness doing to you? Now, I don't mean to sound that's a victim's place, but what are you receiving from the collective consciousness? Is it a level you want to create from the collective consciousness? Do you need to really get handle of those thinking processes of yours? What is it specifically that you want to do? So just think about that. Is this my thought? Is it somebody else's thought? Is it a lot of people's thoughts? And so that you can begin to create exactly how you want that to do. So this Sunday, I just want to say you have a great Sunday. You have a great week. And I'll be back Wednesday for my Norma talks and next Sunday for my A Sunday thought. Have a good day.